Hello and welcome to Kentucky Brew Reviews. Today we're going to have a look at the NewAir 46 can beer froster. It comes in stainless steel and black. This refrigerator will chill your beer down to 23 degrees. It has removable glass frost-free shelves. It holds 46 cans and has a easy touch display on the front. This refrigerator will chill your beer down to frosty goodness in as little as 20 minutes. It runs about $400 retail and is available from multiple vendors online. Now to Special K and myself for the nitty-gritty.
As Radar expertly narrated, we are going to do a review of a refrigerator. Something we don't normally do on the show, but NewAir was nice enough to send us a review unit. Yep. This is not a paid review, but the fridge was free.
The fridge was sent to us free of charge.
So, our thoughts. So let's start with the positives, and then we'll go with the negatives. So the fact that it can cool a beer in 15 to 20 minutes is insane.
Right.
I mean, your average fridge takes, 3 hours. If you put it in the freezer, you might get an hour and a half.
The downside being that if you leave it in there, it's going to explode.
Yeah, we had that issue earlier, but that was my fault because I turned it down too low. I knew how low I was setting it, but because you guys were coming over, I was trying to turn it lower to get a few review beers colder. And in 20 minutes, we had 3 Celsius freeze in there.
Unacceptable.
But I did have it set on 26.
That's true.
So if I had it higher, that wouldn't have happened.
The settings allow you to send this down pretty low, and the nice thing is you bring home a 6-pack of beer, you throw it in there, and go take a shower. Mm-hmm. And then your beer is cold.
Make your grill your burger.
Grill your burger.
So it goes down to 23 degrees, which most fridges don't even come close to that.
Right.
Especially mini fridges. It does hold 46 cans, like Radar mentioned earlier. But realistically, you can get if you have bottles in there too, you might be able to get 30, 35.
You're gonna people who are gonna have craft beers to throw in there are gonna have stovepipes, tall boys, bombers, really weird sized beer. That number is specifically talking about 12-ounce cans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice refrigerator. It's an ideal size, I think, for an end table. Maybe just a touch taller, and it would be an end table for your living room. It's cool.
So it does have the display right on the front to adjust it, so you don't have to open the door to adjust the temperature, which is nice. It also sort of works like a convection oven or like a air fryer nowadays.
An anti-convection oven.
Yeah, so it essentially just circulates cool air, like a convection oven circulates hot air. So this circulates cool air, which allows the fridge to be super cold really fast, which is, again, useful for beer. You can actually keep freezer stuff in here, too, if you really wanted to, but you're not going to be able to
You have to crank the temperature all the way down.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to keep beer in there with a...
you can, but...
Now, if you have alcohol or something like that, or something higher APV,
oh yeah,
it'll be fine in there. But beer, realistically, like a 5% beer, you don't want to have it below 28 degrees.
Yeah, things start getting a little bit funky at that point.
Yeah, you can get freeze.
You get slushy beers or exploded beers.
I will say that the shelves are nice because the adjustability on the shelves are great because they adjust in 1 to 2 inch increments versus a typical fridge, which is 6 to 8 inches. So, if you're putting that gallon of milk in there, you need a half inch, but you have to drop the shelf 8 inches.
You gotta drop it a foot.
Yeah, that's obnoxious. This, you don't have to do that for. So yeah, let's talk about some of the cons.
Okay.
You want to go with your first con?
My first con is you really have to be careful. We mentioned a little bit earlier, you have to be really careful. If you already have beer in there and you punch the temperature down to try and get something you brought home from the way home from work. If you want to get that cold, you really have to take all the other stuff out, let that get cold, or you have to wait just a little bit longer for it to get cold.
It'll still cool a beer. If there's already existing beer in there, it'll still cool a beer in 40 minutes. But if you want to cool it fast, turn the turbo cooler on, you have to drop it a degree or two to kick that fan on. Because the fan will not kick on if it's at its temperature you set it at. So if you set it at 27 degrees and the fridge is at 27 degrees, that fan is not going to kick on because it's already at its temperature.
The temperature cycle is just a little bit finicky.
Yeah. But that being said, a lot of that's user error and learning how to use the... it was my fault on freezing them. I knew that I shouldn't drop it below 28 degrees because I knew stuff would freeze in there, but I did because I was trying to, get stuff to review cold fast enough.
I'm still never going to let you live this down.
They won't see that video, so it's fine. They will never see the original cut of that Michelob Seltzer pack. What is it, pack 2 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Another downside, or at least another one I have, is it doesn't have a LED light. I know that's kind of a finicky thing, but having a light in the fridge is huge. So, like, the other mini fridge that NewAir sent us a while back, it does have an LED light in it. And again, it sounds like a minuscule thing, but it makes a huge difference.
Once you're used to it, it's really difficult to go back.
So this one, the interior is all black too. So it can, it sucks that it doesn't have the LED in it.
It's a little bit dark, but we have track lighting, and we have one of the lights pointed at the front of the refrigerator, which solves that problem.
But LEDs, are extremely cheap. This one, it does come in black too, by the way, I believe. So stainless steel or black. Do you have any other ones? I mean, we have our universal one.
The final and I think the biggest problem.
The one for both of us, yeah.
Just go. Okay.
No, you do it.
So the price tag on this is a little bit. It's a little bit exorbitant.
$400.
Ooh, it's $400. Now you can get it. NewAir does sales every once in a while. You can get it on a little bit better sale if you watch NewAir really carefully. But man, it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, I think they're sending us a promo code. If they do, I will put it in the link in the description down below. But I think $400, is too much. I would recommend this fridge and give it our seal of approval, with the stipulation that you have to get it like $329.99 or like cheaper. I think that is the golden price for this type of fridge. Most mini fridges are about $150 to $200, but they suck.
Most mini fridges are not going to chill your beer in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking 8 hours to cool a beer on the mini fridge. So
yeah, I put beer in my mini fridge the night before. Otherwise, it's just not cold. It just goes in the main refrigerator downstairs, and then I bring it upstairs and put it in the mini fridge like a cooler, and it just sort of maintains. But there are not really very many mini fridges. I don't know of any mini fridges.
I've never seen one before
that will cool a beer down or a 6-pack of beer down in the time it takes me to take a shower. Literally that amount of time.
And obviously this would work with wine and stuff too. I don't know how many bottles of wine. I'm assuming you could set the wine on its side. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how many bottles you could get in there. The compressor and stuff's relatively small. It doesn't take up a lot of room in there. But the
shelves would allow you to set the shelves at exactly the right height too.
Yeah, just the price is high. So if you can get it on sale, I think it's a good deal. I think $400 is just a little steep, but if you can get it on sale, it's a great fridge. If you're looking for something to cool that beer really fast, looking for a dedicated beer fridge, like in a garage or something like that, you don't want a full-size fridge because they use a ton of energy. Mm-hmm. This one's also super energy efficient.
In your home office?
Yeah. Yeah, for me, if I didn't have YouTube, this would be in my garage. Mm-hmm. I would use it as a garage fridge.
I could see it, yeah.
Instead, we have 3 refrigerators in our studio, so... But they're all mini, though, so, less.
That's true. We don't have a full-size refrigerator down here anymore. I didn't really think about that.
Well, we used to have one, but we got rid of it.
Yeah, it's gone.
It was also awful. It was an awful refrigerator.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Do you, we got rid of it right after we got the other NewAir fridge, actually. Mm-hmm. Do you give it the seal approval as well?
It's really difficult because we got that other refrigerator from NewAir.
Yeah, that's a good one too, but that's also over $300.
But it's larger. It's got a glass front. I just think it looks nicer. I prefer that one over the super cool one.
Well, it really depends on what you're using it for.
It would hurt me just a little bit.
Well, if you had that in a garage, 100% that would get destroyed.
Oh yeah, 5 minutes into being in the garage, the front glass is getting
shattered. 2x4 goes right through it. It really depends on your... If you have a really nice setup or something, that would be a good bar. But again, that one's not going to cool a beer down in you have
to be a little more strategic about how you use that one. That's very true. Also, the cool beer wrap that it came with.
Yeah.
I think the Froster is a really good choice. It's just the price hurts me a little bit. You do have to get it on sale. Definitely have to get it on sale.
Yeah, but like I said, even if you get around that $300, $330, $340, I think it's worth it at that price range. Just because it's unique, you don't see very many turbo cold fridges.
It's true.
I mean, if you're feeling frisky, you might be able to make your own.
That's a terrible idea. That's way too much HVAC work for my weekend. Thank you.
I want to run some fans.
I would honestly rather just give someone $400 than try and build a refrigerator that is digitally programmable to be this temperature and also not over freeze stuff, because that doesn't over freeze stuff. We stuck a thermometer in it, and it doesn't dip down much below. You can't avoid getting a little bit below the program temperature.
It was
it's
about a quarter, sometimes closer to half off sometimes, but that's not bad for a fridge at all.
That's just the way getting stuff cold works. You can't get it exactly.
If it sits
the right
long enough,
temperature.
it's going to be exact. So if it sits, if you set the temperature to 26, if it's been sitting for 3 days, it's going to be 26 in there. If you set 10 beers in there and it's on 26, it's going to warm up. If you have hot beers in there. So
look, I would honestly rather give somebody $400 than be challenged. This weekend, you got to build a refrigerator that's 3 foot square, and it's got to be digitally programmable to within 1.5 degrees. And oh, by the way, it's got to get your beer cold to within it's got to get your beer drinkable in 20 minutes.
This one doesn't get it drinkable. It gets it frigid. It's not just this can's 40 degrees. No, it's getting beer. It's getting beer to 29 degrees in 20 or 30 minutes. It's not it's been in the fridge for a couple hours. It's about 45 degrees. I'm going to deal with it.
It's cold enough.
Yeah.
By the time I get to the third beer, it'll be the rest of the way cold.
All right, well, that has been our episode. If there's something you'd like to see on the channel, you can leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'm Special K.
And I'm Radar. Thanks for watching.